Hello my students, you are welcome to today's lesson on EDU754 Integrated Science Methods. I am your facilitator, Dr. Moriliat Afolabi. I will be taking you in this course, and in this course you are going to be given a course material. In the course material there is what is known as a course guide. In this course guide, all the things that are required of you to know about the course materials and about how to work with the course materials is what you are going to be given. And I'm going to also discuss with you the nature of science. I will employ you to sit tight and enjoy your lesson. Thank you. In today's lesson, you are going to be given guidelines on how to work on your course material, and we are also going to discuss nature of science. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to state the content of EDU754 in the course guide, explain the nature of science, list processes of science, and explain scientific attitudes. The major components of the course material you are given are course guide, study units, references, assignments, and presentation schedule. Let us now discuss them one after the other. The course guide. The course guide is already in the course material. It tells you briefly what the course is all about, what the course material you would need, and how you can work your way through these course materials. The guidelines on the amount of time you will spend on each unit of the course in order to complete it successfully. It gives you some guidance on tutor mark assignments and some other information that you will need to complete the course. EDU754 is divided into EDU754 is divided into 3 modules. Module 1 has 5 units. Module 2 has 5 units too. And Module 3 has 3 units. We have a total of 13 units. So the 3 modules have a total of 13 study units. The next thing on the study guide is the references. There are also lists of references for you to check for important topics that will help you understand the lesson better. We also have assignments. In these assignments, like I said, you have 13 assignments from the 13 units, which means 1 assignment per unit. So each unit has the minimum of 1 assignment that you are supposed to go through. Then the next one is the presentation schedule. In this presentation schedule, the dates to complete and submit assignments, the dates to write tutor mark assignments, the date to attend to tutorials, and dates to write the final examinations are the dates that will be given in the file that has presentation schedules. And all these dates are very important to you, because if you miss any one, it means you are missing scores for your final scores for the examination and tutor mark assignments, which will affect your record at the end of the session. So you have to take all these dates very serious and have them at the back of your mind that you have to follow them up accordingly. If there is any reason for you not attend to any of these within the stipulated time, then you inform your facilitator. Let them know so that if it is necessary, they can be rescheduled for you. Then we have assessment file. There are two major assessments. We have the tutor mark assignments and you have the final examination. These are the two major examinations or assessments from this course that will require you to have or to pass and go to the next level. Now, these are the things that are required for you to know from the study or course guides. And I will implore you that you should read more about them so that you understand it better. Now, we will now go to the nature of science. We are going to discuss the nature of science. But before we can do that, we'll ask ourselves, what is science? What is science? The nature of science, as well as the science education curriculum reforms in Nigeria, give rise to integrated science in our schools. Science is an attempt to explain natural phenomena. Science is a body of organized knowledge acquired through a process of inquiry. Science is also the continuous search for adequate methods of understanding our surrounding or environment. Now you have understood what science is. Now we'll go to the nature of science. Nature of science. Nature of science is making the unnatural natural. What do we mean by that? You have seen a situation or a phenomenon and you don't understand it. Science will make you to search for how to make it real or natural to you. When finding out or determining the facts about nature, you need some methods to determine them, which are called the methods or processes of science. You can call them scientific methods or scientific processes. The processes include: you identify problems, you observe, you classify, you measure, you predict, you analyze, you infer, you synthesize, describe, and experiment. So all these are processes of science. When carrying out these processes as an individual, you develop certain attitudes. These are called scientific attitudes. And what are these attitudes? Suspending judgment, objectivity, that is, you have to be objective when you are carrying out any experiment. Curiosity, you want to find out something. Humility, you have to be patient and look for how to find out. Skepticism and open-mindedness, you have to open your mind. You don't have to be sensitive or sentimental about any particular phenomena until you find out what exactly it is. Those are the attitudes of a scientist, and we call it scientific attitudes. The nature of science is described by using three basic elements. Now, they are the process of science, the product of science, and the attitude of science. Now I'm going to give you an activity. This activity, I'll give you like 10 seconds to think about the activity and to write something about them down in your paper. What are the three basic elements of science? Now, I'm sure you must have written something like the process of science, the product of science, and the attitudes of science. These are the basic elements of science that is required by the scientist to carry out a particular experiment. When you apply these methods in acquiring scientific knowledge, you will develop a scientific skills. These skills are called scientific process skills. In this lesson, in this particular unit or the lesson, we have discussed how to study EDU754 in the course guide, and scientific methods or processes of science, the attitudes which enable these processes to remain what they are, and the product of science. Now, in the process of learning science, students are involved in many activities in the classroom. The activities will develop in them scientific skills, which we have mentioned: observation, measuring, recording, classifying. When they acquire these skills, they will develop scientific attitudes of honesty, humility, open-mindedness. In teaching and learning about science, students will acquire language of science, theories, methods, history, traditions, values, which are the products of science. The scientific methods as well as the scientific attitudes bring about the products of science. The processes, attitudes, and products of science can combine to give science its nature. Thank you for listening. See you next lesson.